So there's just this one word that I've been using over and over again for like the last 5 years. Yes, I sound like a broken record. It's to describe the Democratic Party. It's gaslighting. You got it. The Dems are a bunch of gaslighting creeps. Now, just in case, I would think most people out there know what it means or have an idea reasonably. But if not, who would I be to deny you one of Webster's definitions? Let's take a look, and I'll read it out loud. This is what gaslighting means by, again, definition. Psychological manipulation of a person, usually over an extended period of time, that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts, perception of reality, or memories, and typically leads to confusion, loss of confidence, and self-esteem, uncertainty of one's emotional or mental stability, and a dependency on the perpetrator. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It certainly hasn't worked with America. That's why Trump's back in office. Look what the Dems tried to do, gaslighting us into believing that Sleepy Joe had all his faculties. He was mentally and physically competent to serve as the President of the United States, the most powerful person in the free world. We knew better. Then the cackling Vice President, the buffoon, Kamala. Unpopular, nobody ever liked her. A DEI choice as the VP. They tried to basically make her into America's sweetheart once they bounced Joe, kicked him to the curb, and tried to make Kamala a terrific candidate for President of the United States. We knew better. I certainly knew better. You know how or why? Because I went out there on the streets of America and asked people during the election, coast to coast, what they thought about Kamala. Trump, one word. Smart. Kamala Harris.
One word. Dumb.
Kamala, one word.
Disgusting.
Kamala Harris.
I'd say uneducated.
It didn't work. So here we are in 2025 and the gaslighting continues. California, under siege. Rioters defending the likes of illegal aliens, even the illegal alien troublemakers who are unvetted criminals, caught throughout these riots committing acts against the same country they invaded. Can you imagine the chutzpah? There's another word. The audacity, the balls to do that. It's happening. And the Dems are trying to gaslight you into this being a peaceful protest. Look at the retread. Maxine Waters, Congresswoman from California, who's done absolutely no good to America except being a provocateur, a troublemaker, a rebel rouser. According to Maxine, as you see the videos, I'm rolling there of the riots in LA, everything's peaceful. Nothing's going on. Take a look and listen.
And even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create any violence. Nobody was shot. Nobody was killed. Get it in your head. And so when martial law is called, what are you going to say? I missed the point. Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from downtown detention back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood. So, first of all, get it straight. And don't just rely on what you're being told or the few incidents that you...
And you have it from Maxine. What a waste of a horrible human being in office. And you know what, California, Southern California, her district, you get what you deserve. You keep on voting her in time and time again. So I guess the gaslighting does work in some instances. The governor of California, he's managed to gaslight Californians time and time again. All he's concerned is trying to gaslight people into thinking that he's a viable candidate for presidency in 2028. The list goes on and on. They don't stop. I mentioned Kamala. Well, Yeah, she made a comment about the riots. No big deal. Everything's peaceful. Everything's A-OK. But the video shows us otherwise. The gaslighting, it hasn't divided America. It's just pointed out to those with a brain, as you see it there on the map. The little blue specks, they're the folks that have been gaslighted. The rest, we're in red. We the people, not buying it, we never will. And unfortunately, gaslighting, it's a word that I'll keep on using.